everyone. I hope you are all having a fabulous March so far. For this process video, you can see here I'm showing you all the different papers and the supplies that I pulled. Most of this comes from my Click Kit March kit, but some of it I pulled from my stash because I really wanted to mix metals on this layout. So I have the gold crepe paper from the Click Kit, and I also have that specialty paper from the Goldie collection that has silver. So I pulled in some extra gold and extra silver out of my stash just to try to add in. Some of these products I use and some of them I don't. Now, when I recorded this, I didn't realize I'd accidentally put my video on time lapse. So that's why it's a little jerky. And I also, when I recorded this, I recorded a whole extra part of it, but you can't hear it anymore. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to work on my background paper. So I want to use this black and white heart paper from the Goldie collection that was in my Click Kit. And I'm just going to use the packaging technique with some pink watercolors. Pretty easy. I know how I want to lay this page out, and I know that I just want a smoosh of color up there at the top. And again, the camera was still accidentally on time lapse, so it's a little jerky. I slowed it down as much as I can, but it doesn't stay this way, so that's good. So I went with this nice soft pink, and I'm just smushing it on until I like how much color is there. And I did mark my paper as to where my picture was going to be, so I had a good idea of what I was doing. So dry it off a little bit, and then I'm going to grab some Heidi Swap Color Shine, and I'm going to go ahead and just sprinkle that around. So there's a little wash of pink and gold up there in the top corner of that page. And then I just let it dry till it's good and dry. Next up, I'm going to go ahead and start trimming down my papers and getting all of my layers under my photo. I did 3 layers under the photo, and instead of making them messy, I kind of did them pretty even. So there's this dot paper, which was an exclusive in my Click Kit this month. And then I'm also going to use this little bit of these sketchy hearts just for a little bit of black and white. And then, oh, I'm sorry, that wasn't one of the exclusive papers. I think the last one I used is the exclusive paper. Anyway, one of the pink papers is the exclusive Click Kit paper, and then the other pink paper is from the Goldie collection. So this is my third paper. I think this is the one that's the one that is the exclusives. So I did a pink, and then a black and white, and then a pink. And the black and white one, I made it a little bit bigger on one side, just so you could see the hearts a little bit, and you knew what the pattern was. But the other 2 patterns were really small, so I didn't worry about those too much. Now I'm measuring. I'm not going to cut anymore. I just want to know how big my photo is matted, because I want to cut a 2-inch strip of this specialty paper, which is also from the Goldie collection. And I want to make it, I want to place it underneath my photo, so I know that I want it to be longer than what the matted photo is. And I'm just going to go ahead and trim that up, and then I'm going to cut the end to make a banner. I'm also going to trim my background paper here, because I've decided that I want to put a black mat around the edge of my paper. There is a little bit of camera shake in this video. It's time for me to go ahead and screw down my table again. For those that may not have heard this, the last time my table got loose, I scrapbook on a counter height, very old antique drafting table, and I love it because I'm one of those weird people. I have to scrapbook standing up. I don't know why, but I do. So I never sit down. The problem is it's held together with these gears. The table is held together with gears, and the gears have these screws on them. And because the table is really, really old, the screws let loose or start to loosen up after a while, and then my table shakes. And I don't even notice it when I'm scrapbooking. I never notice it until I go back and replay a video, and then I'm like, oh, I gotta bolt the table down. So now I've matted my photo. Let's catch up here. Sorry about that little ramble. I've matted my photo. I've matted my heart paper onto a black background, and I'm going to now cut my banner. And then I want to do 2 overlapping banners. My plan is to do 2 overlapping banners. So the first layer of banners is going to be this pink and silver paper, and then the next one is going to be this crepe paper, the gold crepe paper. So I'm going to cut it as a banner, but it's too wide. It looked way too wide. It looked kind of like, wasn't really happy with that. So what I decided to do is I'm going to trim it up, and then I'm going to cut it in half the long ways to make it thinner. And then when I put it down, it's going to look a lot better. And I'm being really, really, really careful with this because I'm afraid if I put it through my paper trimmer, it'll catch, or it'll, because it is really thin crepe paper. So I'm going to give it a really good pleats, a really good fold, and make sure it's good and straight. And then I'm going to cut it slowly because I'm not good at cutting freehand without it being crooked. Like if I want it to look crooked, then that's okay. But if I don't want it to look crooked, it usually looks crooked anyway. But I did pretty good with this crepe paper. I was pretty happy with that. Now I'm going to do the banner. And the next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to kind of move everything out of the way, and I'm going to pleat that second piece of gold paper. So now I'm just going to grab my tape runner and do a real easy pleat, and I kind of made it messy. It didn't have to be perfect. I just wanted to give that crepe paper a little bit of texture and a little bit of interest. So there it is, all pleated up, and if you can hear that in the background, it is pouring down rain at my house. Pouring. It's been pouring since this morning. Hopefully when I get this voiceover done, I'm going to go make a cup of tea and curl up and scrapbook for a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and put my banners down here. And there's the one with the silver and the pink. And now I'm going to put the pleated one that I made with the crepe paper. And then the next thing I'm going to do is work on my title. So I pulled from my stash these thickers. I think they were part of the Kaiser Craft Wildflower collection? One of those. Oh, and I put a little piece of the crepe paper up by my photo tube, but actually once I start to embellish, most of that gets covered up. So I'm going to grab this one that says cute, and I do believe it was Kaiser Craft, the Wildflower collection, but I might be wrong. It might have been We Are Memory Keepers. But either way, those are the thickers that went with it. I didn't get any more of the kit, just the thickers with the scripty words, and I really liked it, but then I find myself not using them. So I thought for this layout they would be perfect, and I was definitely going to try to get them used up and out of my stash this month. So now that is a Project Life card, 3x4 Project Life card, and I decide to put that there, and that's going to serve, so I'm going to have an embellishment grouping up there where the gold crepe paper is, and I'm going to have another embellishment grouping down by the photos on that 3x4 Project Life card. So now I'm going to pull together all of the die cuts and embellishments that I wanted to use on the layout. Initially, I wanted to use that card because it says, "Stay sassy," and this little girl is quite sassy. But I end up opting not to, so instead of pulling in the orangey pink from the layout into the layout, it's going to stay pretty, just the light pink. Now I'm just taking my roller date stamp and putting the date on that the photo was taken. And while I fuss and fidget and fluff about and with my embellishment clusters, I thought I would just talk to you guys for a little bit. I actually thought about doing like a face-to-face video, but my house is under construction right now, and I'm actually doing this voiceover in between jackhammering and excavating, so I wasn't sure how a face-to-face would go. I was afraid we would definitely get interrupted by tons of noise. So I think my plan for my channel is to do 2 videos a week. I seem to be doing okay with that. I could probably do more if I pushed myself, but I think right now 2 seems to be a good amount. And those videos will almost always upload on Friday and then on Monday. So that's kind of my plan and my goal. And once I get like really consistently good with that and on a good schedule for that, I'm going to go ahead and try to do one on Wednesdays too. Maybe Wednesday's a big YouTube day though. There's lots and lots of people that do videos that post on Wednesdays. So I would probably just get lost on that day. I don't know if I'll do a Wednesday one, but definitely going to do Fridays and Mondays for now till I get going, till I get really good at that. So that's my plan right now for my channel. So you can look for those videos to be uploaded sometime on Friday and then again on Monday. And I'm going to try to keep the process videos to Monday and then the card videos and the little tutorials and those kinds of things to Fridays. And if you have any comments or suggestions or things you'd like to see on my channel, let me know. I was playing with the idea of doing a quilted series. I know a lot of people like that video that I did a couple weeks ago with where I took the quilt off of Pinterest and used it to design my page around. So I thought that might be really fun. So if you like that idea, go ahead and leave me a comment, let me know. I'm going ahead now and adding some cork butterflies from my stash. These cork butterflies are from Spiegel Mom Scraps, and I really like them. I just got them a couple weeks ago, and I already used the entire package. So we might be getting another pack of those. And I also grabbed the bows from Dear Lizzie's documentary. Now, I think the bows, now that I'm looking at it on the video, I think the bow looks really nice, but I thought it was too big and clunky. So I took it off and replaced it with some other things. And I also, from the die cut pack, grabbed this little hello, and I thought it looked so cute, the little hello cute for my title. So I added that in as part of my title. We are almost done with this layout now, just a couple more little bits and pieces. I grabbed some silver sequins, which are from Close to My Heart, and the little bitty sprinkles or sparkles, which are also from Close to My Heart, and I used that to bring in some more silver and gold to my page. I also brought in a gold little tag from Queen & Company, and then my tags I put silver. It's like white taunt wine, but it's mixed with silver. There's a little bit of metallic silver in it. And I put that on the tops of my tags. I'm just looking around my layout to see what I added and what I can tell you about. The little flare with the polka dots and the flowers, that's from a really old Studio Calico kit. So I was very glad to be able to use that and that it matched and looked nice up there. And then I just put some tangled thread behind my flare button. I don't add anything more in the way of mixed media to this layout because I have that nice swash at the top of the Heidi Shine or the Heidi Swap Gold Color Shine and the watercolors. And that'll be the end of our video. I hope you've enjoyed this and thank you so much for watching. Bye!